All right, Shalom. I want to start out by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Shemai, Shai, Sherman, Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to our Akim out to pushing word of sincerity and in truth. So this brother Barazal from Great Millstone, Atlanta, and I just got this lesson going into these elitists, and their hidden agenda. This is one of many plans that these elites. And when I speak about the elites, I'm talking about you Rothschilds, you Rockefellers, Oppenheimers, these multi-billionaires, lesser luminaries, also the blue bloods, or the high class, if you will. They have agendas to live forever, to conquer the world, to keep the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans in a perpetual slavery, and at the bottom of for eternity. All right, and this is one of their plans of the future of self-preservation, and I'm gonna read it. The title, it says, "From young blood transfusions to apocalypse insurance, weird ways tech billionaires are trying to live forever." Right, so these tech billionaires, which these are nothing but high-level wizards and sorcerers, they put their energy into mechanics and machinery, and they look to merge themselves with machine to become damn near cyborg, man. That's why you have these different movies pertaining to half man, half machine, a cyborg with a mechanical heart, or certain technology imposed or impressed upon their consciousness. To give them extra enhanced abilities, to never get tired, to always be like a supercomputer, to live forever, and to have influence throughout the cyberverse, so to speak, and upon really multiverses, the reality, because reality is being built upon the internet. That we're living in the internet of things. Everybody has a cell phone. Everybody's life is sourced within the web. So if they could actually have fully tap into this technology, then they basically have what is known as omnipotence. All right, that's why you had this movie that come out back in the day. I think it was Transhumanism. You had another movie with the woman, the girl who had she had a certain pill. I forget the exact movie's name, but she actually was at the end of the movie, she merged into technology, and she basically was she had full omnipotence. But I'm gonna continue. It says, "It's simply not enough for billionaires to have everything they ever wanted. They need eternity to enjoy it too. At least a dozen of the world's richest men have plowed millions into bizarre ways to live forever. Here are 5 of the weirdest." And I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but starting off, it has the cure for aging. It says, "A number of billionaires are putting their cash to good use by trying to find the cure for aging. They include Jeff Bezos, which he's a devil, the world's richest man, who has pumped money into Unity, a California company that hopes to stop the aging process." And you can't stop the aging process, because that's how the Lord made the flesh to age. The scriptures speak about that in Sirach, that basically death is upon all men. These bodies, when the Lord created the human body, he put a timer on it. Just like when you actually create these different cars, Hondas, or Chevrolets, when you throw the engine in there, when you basically build that car up, it has a certain level of mileage before the engine goes up, before things lock up, before things go out. It's the same thing with the human body. Your heart, has a certain time span. Your brain, all these different things that build you up to be a living soul is not designed to be permanent. These things are temporal. That's why the Lord in the scripture speaks about giving us new bodies. But see, this devil, through his witchcraft and his wizardry, his sorcery, He's looking to tap into the body, like I said, through whether technology, through artificial injections and chemicalization. You know, on top of a lot of other things, he's looking to overturn what the Lord has actually created. And Jeff Bezos and other familiar billionaires actually are doing that. It says it's already raised over 116 million in funding and is trying to find a way to block sales. Oh, see, blocking cells that cause arthritis and loss of sight. And cells are meant to die. All right, cells are meant to go through certain process. A cell is a living organism, but see, this devil, he wants to manipulate the human cell to manipulate the human body. PayPal founder Peter Thiel has also plowed cash into Unity, having spoken about finding a cure for aging for years. Most diseases are linked to aging. Thiel said at Web Summit in 2016, you have 1 in 1,000 chance of getting cancer in the next year at age 30. You have 1 in 10 chance of getting cancer in the next year at age 80. So we definitely want to find a cure for cancer. Maybe if we find a cure for aging, we cure cancer along the way. Right. And the thing is, these devils, man, the thought processes. That's why I have, queued up Wisdom of Solomon 2. You can see that this man is not upright, man. His whole thoughts, his whole mental being is perverse. He destroyed the world. He sickened the animals. He sickened the wildlife. He polluted the air systems, created all these different factories to blow out heaps of smog and dust. You have these different planes that descend barium and mercury all throughout, and everything is everything is at its degenerate phase. And if you were to actually take care of your environment, that's how you take care of yourselves and take care of yourself. That's why when you read in the scriptures, in the Genesis of things, the beginning, you read about men that lived 900 plus years old. Methuselah was the oldest man recorded in the scriptures to live, and he lived 969 years old. All right, because what, everything was in its perfection. But as it is written in Wisdom of Solomon, the last verse. Matter of fact, I can read that. Wisdom of Solomon 2:23. For the Most High created man to be immortal and made him to be an image of his own eternity. Nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world, and they that do hold of his side do find it. Right. So when Adam actually wanted to walk in the ways of the serpent, that's when death emerged into the world and everything started to have its die off. All right. It went from 900, 800, 700, 300, 100. Now, majority of these jakes could hardly even hit 90, man. It's an extreme die-off rate. But I'm gonna continue on. Computer chip in the brain. All right, it's June. Ain't no microchips. That's the saying that Nate said. But guess what? These things are in the workings, man. This is the prophecy of Revelation, the 13th chapter, the 15th, 16th verse. Soon to come to pass, and you have these tech giants. All right, it starts at the top, that's looking to manipulate this computer marker to beast technology for omnipotence. All right, because the thing is about the microchip, it's levels to it. They're going to use the chip, or they're trying to tap into the chip hardware for eternal life, and they're going to give you all the brain chip, the microchip. When I say you all, I'm talking about the sheeple, the people that's going to blindly take it, as it is written, led his sheep to the slaughter. Chips to basically control and to keep you as a perpetual slave. But it says Tesla and SpaceX boss Elon Musk reckons he'll need a computer chip strapped to his brain to survive beyond 2100. The billionaire has been developing the technology called Neuralink because he thinks humans must become one with machines in order to survive being replaced by AI or artificial intelligence. Musk's plans to survive the human race involves wiring computer chips into our minds to merge us with artificial intelligence. He says brain-computer interfaces will turn humans into a genius super race. Right, so that's the next transition of Esau. He's looking to break through the threshold of just being a regular human, but like he says, he wants to receive the capabilities of being a super race, and he knows that he needs some form of hardware, some form of technology to help spike the human intelligence as well as physical capabilities. And like I said, he has Neuralink, and it's not just him. He's a billionaire. You know, you have millions of people that envy this guy. Millions of people, if not billions of people, that want to sit in the same seat as him, and they're looking to do anything that this dude does because he's the beacon and he's the light of the people. All right, whatever he pushes, wherever direction he flows, everybody is going to look to flock and follow, due to the fact that he reached the apex that most people envy. Most people are jealous to receive, and they'll do whatever in their means to become a super genius, as he's speaking about. Because even him and all his wits and all his intelligence, he still feels inferior. He still needs some type of superior hardware to to put it within himself in order to take himself to the next level. It says last year Musk told Axios the long-term aspirations with Neuralink would be to achieve a symbiosis with artificial intelligence and to achieve a sort of democratization of intelligence such that is not monopolistically held in purely digital form by government and large corporations. He also said that the technology would involve an electrode to neuron interface at a micro level. This essentially means that the tech would have to be surgically implanted into human skulls. So not only are they going to have brain chips, but he's looking to go deeply within the skull and take it there. And best believe they have already rats. And I'm not talking about mice. I'm talking about actually people that have stepped forward to actually help fulfill this plan. Because if they're the first ones to actually help this plan go into action, then guess what? They're the first ones, according to the League of Devils, that come together to create this genius super race. And also means what? They have created, or they have what's the word I'm trying to find? Basically, they made it to the next level. You know, they have broke history. And that's the main two I want to go into. I'm going to read these. I'm not going to go into the main thing, the main summarization. But apocalypse insurance, which that's heavy in itself, but I'm going to continue on. Young blood transfusions and digital consciousness. See, and all these things are linking to Esau looking to preserve the brain, as it is saying right here, and to put technology into themselves, or taking out their brains, whatever have you, and keeping their conscience and keeping their spirits invoked. Because this is nothing but modernized. This is modern witchcraft, man. This is nothing but sorcery. When you read the book of Samuel, you'll read about the witch of Endor that summoned Samuel's consciousness. All right, Samuel died, and he went to the spirit world, and you had Saul, King Saul, that wanted to actually receive wisdom from Samuel because he was losing the visions of the Lord. And what did the witch of Endor do? She summoned Saul's consciousness. So that's ancient wizardry that they're looking to make come to pass or fulfill itself in modernized technology. All right. So this is Wisdom of Solomon 2:1. For the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright. Our life is short and tedious, and in death of a man there is no remedy, neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. For we are born at all adventure, and that's the mindsets of these devils. This is the psychology. This is how the white man thinks. All right. And this is a prime example, because the topic at hand is what? The thoughts of how their lives are. the lives are short and tedious, and in death of a man there is no remedy. So there is no way to actually restore the balance of a man, or bring a man back to life. But guess what? They're looking to do so. For we are born at all adventure, and we shall be hereafter as though we had never been. For the breath in our nostrils is as smoke, and a little spark in the moving of our hearts, which being exhausted, our bodies shall be turned into ashes, and our spirit shall vanish as the soft air. And our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance, and our life shall pass away as the trace of a cloud, and shall be dispersed as a mist that is driven away with the beams of the sun, and overcome with the heat thereof. For our time is a very shadow that passeth away, and after our end there is no returning, for it is fast sealed, so that no man cometh again. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth. And you know, it's going to continue on how the so-called white man is looking to basically take peace from the earth and consume everything in his full will in order to fulfill the lust of the flesh. And what's the lust of the flesh? The imagination. All right, whatever image that summons in his thoughts, you know, these billionaires, through their reasoning, they look to fulfill that. You know, if they got to throw millions into the plan, like I spoke about how these different plans, such as this, the cure for aging, 116 million, that's chump change to a lot of these multi-billionaires, you know. But guess what? If they fulfill that, then they receive omnipotence, and they believe that they'll actually have the power of a God, a power of the Most High. All right, because these devils are looking to fight against the Most High and distort everything that He actually has laid out and create basically a new heaven and a new earth. All right, that's why you have what is known as the New World Order. All right, what's on the back of your dollar bill, and it's what's throughout the plans is etched in certain stones, such as the Georgia Guidestone, and those plans are to live forever. So this is 2 Timothy 2:3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. And that man of sin is being revealed. The veil is being lifted, and the son of destruction, or the son of perdition, which is the so-called white man, the Edomites, is being seen as plain as day to the ones that have eyes to see. All right. So who opposing and exalting himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worship, so that he as God, omnipotence, sitteth in the temple of God. What is that? The temple is a place or a position of leverage, a position of godhood. And he's looking to obtain that because what? The main thing that shows if you have influence and power is your finances, man. You know, showing himself that he is God. All right. So the Most High has to yank this devil out of power. That's why it tells you that the Most High shall pierce Leviathan, that crooked serpent, that crooked snake. All right, because the so-called white man has Job 9:24 took down all nations and put them under his foot, and he's looking to actually defile and defy the Most High and the angels. All right, through these different plans, through what he has in you know, in his plans to create. But you know, the Most High Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah is going to destroy this devil, and he's going to use his men to do so. So you know, I just wanted to go into this because this is a pretty heavy article showing you how these devils, they have their plans, and that microchip is definitely pending. All right, it's already being used in certain areas of the world, but they're looking to take this to colossal levels. All right, so I want to end by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah by Hashem Microchips, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom Akim.